Okay, welcome back. This is bright light behind me. Sorry about that. This is day 10. Day 10 video, 3 to go. Trying a different recording format today. I got some really useful. I've had really useful feedback actually on the content. So that's really cool. Thank you, and some really useful feedback on the technical aspect. I know some of the setup in the videos hasn't been brilliant. Messy backgrounds and slightly odd camera angles, etc. And so I'm trying this one with a different microphone because one of the bits of feedback was they were too quiet. So hopefully this is a bit louder. So on to today's video. And today's video is about becoming the ultimate receiver and transmitter. So one of the things that's come through your feedback, and again, thank you for that when you email. It means a lot actually on a whole range of levels, but mostly it helps me understand what you're hearing and what could be more useful to do in the future. So I really appreciate people who've spent the time. I don't expect everybody to do it. I'm not that mad, and particularly in the later videos because you watch the fall off on the software of people who view. That's all normal. So, but thank you if you've stuck with it. Thank you for the feedback. I do appreciate it. And yes, get to the point today. The biggest kind of thing that comes through, the biggest theme in a sense, is cool. I like what you're saying. What do I do? And that's our habitual pattern of thinking. Is what do I do with this? How do I do it? How do I do magic? How do I become more magical or whatever? So in the next 3 videos, today, tomorrow, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I'm going to talk about this doing aspect. And so today is becoming the ultimate receiver and then the ultimate transmitter. Now, I'm having to describe it this way because to describe everything, you have to be able to step away from it. As if you really can. You can't, in truth. You can't step away from everything to have a position outside of everything to teach or describe. It's impossible. So you're going to have to bear with me. It's a concession to attempting to describe. So in that same vein, you can't really become the best receiver and transmitter. It's not something you can actually do. But it's as near as we're going to be able to get to describing it, because what I'm pointing to is indescribable. I'm pointing to the purely esoteric, to the land of quantum science, to the land where things appear and disappear for no apparent reason whatsoever. Magic. Like literally when stuff happens and you're like, well, where did that come from? Why did that even... And people... It's so funny because in business, although business is very, like cerebral and how to do stuff and whatever, actually people talk about this all the time. Particularly salespeople or entrepreneurial type people. Oh, this opportunity suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Somebody phoned me. I don't know where they got my details. I've had it myself. People this time of year, especially, people will suddenly message me and they'll say, "I've been following your stuff." And I'm interested in hiring you. And that's not a planted statement, by the way. I just suddenly thought, oh, that could sound like a marketing ploy. It really isn't at all. It's like it's a genuine thing. Like stuff just appears from nowhere. Like you can think you've got no money, or I can remember times where like I had almost no cash whatsoever, and then you'd find like a tenner in a pocket. There's just a gazillion examples when you start to notice them. So noticing is like it's like a superpower. Noticing opportunity. Entrepreneurs are brilliant at it. They just spot opportunity. Sorry, I keep moving for the light, don't I? They spot opportunity like there's no tomorrow. So part of how you become the ultimate receiver and therefore the ultimate transmitter, so receiving like the download and then acting it out in the world, is to keep on this path, to keep noticing, to be interested in it, to be awake to it, to keep seeing relentlessly the potential for magic in the world. Like that is, I cannot stress highly enough how amazing that is. Like rather than finding the mundane in the world, find the miracles continually. And then gradually what seems to happen is, I guess it's just a neurological thing. Your neurology soaks in that process, in the openness, and you just start to see it. Probably reticular activating system or something like that, I guess. You just start to see it more and more and more. Oh, how did that happen? Wow, that's set up for me. Oh wow, that happened. And then, like, the real goal of that is you actually start to rely on it. It starts to become a thing in your objective reality, because the human deals in the world of things. So magic becomes a thing that the ego, the sense of self that we all have, can rely on. And that's the more advanced ego. The child ego is different. It would relate to it in a different kind of way. As adults, we get to relate to it like something you can put your money on. You just know it's going to be there. Like if you've got a meeting, or if you need to make a video, or if you need to make a phone call, or a tough business decision, or whatever you do. The moment like magic really starts to become part of your life, or the recognition of quantum physics, if you prefer, the two slits experiment. The observer and the observed are one. The moment you really start to see that, it's like, oh my goodness, I can actually bank on it consistently. So that's my suggestion for today, day 10. Become the ultimate receiver and the ultimate transmitter. And that's just a way of pointing you towards the power of noticing and the openness that you can become. You can become that openness. You can become that receiving and become that transmission. So that there's no need to, like, eventually the need to notice and whatever will sort of drop off. It's a good practice to start with. It's like meditation. Like, meditation is a practice until you start to recognize that life is meditative, really. It's constantly revealing things to you in the same way that meditation would. So that's your reflection for today. I'd love to know what you see around that one. I hope the sound has been better and clearer today. I might even have a listen back to a little bit of it. And then 2 more to go. Love your feedback. Keep it coming. And I'll see you tomorrow for Christmas Eve for day 11. See you then.